Imagine living an hour away from the beach, the beautiful Mediterranean beach, but you cannot go there. Or let me be more specific, you are not allowed to go there. There are tens of military checkpoints blocking your way to the sea. Soldiers carrying weapons, standing almost everywhere and ready to shoot you at any time. Imagine you're forbidden from visiting one of the most, if not the most beautiful places that ever been existed on our planet. You are locked inside this big prison, which is called the West Bank, and cannot leave unless you get a permission or smuggle in. The beach is where everyone loves to go, to play with its sand, to jump along with its waves, to run and play, to chill under the blazing hot sun, to relax and enjoy our time. All that we Palestinians in the West Bank, who live an hour away from the Mediterranean Sea, are not allowed to have. Imagine being banned from certain places and activities only because you belong to a certain ethnicity or race. And to be more specific, you are banned from living your life normally because you're Palestinian and because you carry this identity. This green ID, which only Palestinians in the West Bank carry, can be a real burden. With this ID, you're treated as a second-class citizen. And the moment we are born, we're labeled as terrorists and given a set of rules that we have to follow. And if we show any kind of objection, we end up in prison or killed. We are in the Dead Sea today, and even getting here was kind of struggle because of checkpoints. I personally would love to go to the Mediterranean in those hot summery days, but because I'm a resident of the West Bank, I have to apply for a permit and wait for the Israeli authorities to approve it, and most of the time they deny it. Can you imagine that the majority of the children in the West Bank have never ever seen the sea before? Maybe they've seen it on pictures and videos. Restricting movement is one of the main tools Israel employs to enforce its regime of occupation. Israel imposes restrictions on the movement of Palestinians within the West Bank and travel between it and the Gaza Strip into East Jerusalem, Israel, and abroad. When travel permits are required by Israel, they're given through a lengthy, non-transparent, and arbitrary process. These conditions result in a life of constant uncertainty for us Palestinians, making it difficult to perform simple tasks and plan our lives. Our freedom of movement as Palestinians lie completely at the mercy of the Israeli authorities. In the West Bank, Israel controls all entry and exit points, including those leading to East Jerusalem. Israel uses this to control not only to block Palestinians from entering to Israel, but also to monitor all travel abroad from the West Bank, often denying passage based solely on its own consideration.
بحب إني أروح على البحر، بحب إني أروح على القدس. ما رحتش على البحر بسبب الاحتلال الصهيوني لأنهم بيمنعونا. فينا نروح بس بتصريح أو تهريب. ما شفته ولا مرة، بس إنه نفسي أشوفه دايما، نفسي بعرف إنه حلو، بس ما بقدر أشوفه لأنه في احتلال وبمنعنا إنه ندخل. وكمان في كتير ناس كتير حاولوا إنهم يدخلوا مثلا على القدس أو على أي إشي، بس الاحتلال أخذوهم وأخذوا كتير أشياء منا. ما شفتوش.
ليش؟
نروح حج غاضة عشان في غاضة احتلال ويهود. قبل سنتين شفت البحرينيات. قبل خالي قبل 3 سنين راح ومات.
ما رحتش، بس بتخيل شكله انه حلو وبحب العب في الرمل كمان مع اصحابي وامي وابوي.
ولا مرة رحت على البحر عشان الاحتلال، ونفسي أروح على البحر، بس شفت مرة فيديو لصاحبي وهو بالبحر.
بحب إني ألعب بالرمل، بحب إني ألعب بالبحر.
What about those checkpoints that you see almost everywhere when traveling between Palestinian cities and to East Jerusalem and Gaza? There are more than 590 checkpoints and roadblocks that are scattered throughout the West Bank. More than 100,000 Palestinians living in the West Bank cross Israeli checkpoints to Israel almost every day, mainly to get to work. Israelis claim that these checkpoints are necessary for its security. However, these checkpoints are set to humiliate us on a daily basis. As you see, many cars are waiting for a long time. When crossing these checkpoints, we are treated with disrespect by the Israeli soldiers, getting searched, wait for a long time, screamed at, accused, hit, and in many cases, killed. Are we done talking about Israeli restrictions on Palestinian movement? Not really. The Israeli apartheid 9-meter-high concrete wall cuts deep into the West Bank, expanding Israel's annexation of Palestinian land and resources. Israel built the wall in 2002, claiming that it was necessary for its security. The wall, which has drawn international condemnation, has resulted in the confiscation of a large fertile Palestinian land, and it has cut off thousands of Palestinians from social services, schools, universities, markets, hospitals, clinics, and farmland, and made our life more miserable. These factors and others what make the West Bank seem like a big prison, and we are locked inside. Imagine living in the state of California, for example, and every time you want to travel between cities or states, you have to apply for a permit and have to pass through military checkpoints to be questioned and searched. Imagine your life and your children's life is at risk all the time. Imagine living in this big prison, the West Bank, and being denied all your human rights. And yes, one of my personal rights is to go to the beach whenever I want.